count how many cars we're holding up.
How many cars are we gonna hold up? 3.
Yeah. And our cowboys should be over here. Yep, horses. They should look familiar because we recycle them.
You recycle horses? Well, hello. I am Insane but Wise here. I am on my trip.
You need to drink some.
And this is it. We are in Arizona and we are having fun. We just saw a reenactment and I'll post that in another video. But let's just enjoy the scenery, and you should go here. And I'm gonna bring more videos to my YouTube channel, and so have fun. And also I am an actor now. So yes.
Now if you look at the AV side, that's to the left side of the train. You can see some old green cars parked there.
Cool.
Those are just like the ones we're riding in right now. We have about 14 or 15 of them, and we usually use them for our specialty trains like the Polar Express or the Pumpkin Patch train. But we try to have at least one on the train going up the canyon.
Oh, cool. Look at that. Oh my god, there's glass broken.
Also out to that side, you can see a big open field. Isn't it fantastic? It is, huh? Well, keep a close eye on this field because you're going to start to see some little brown critters out there. There's over 2,000 of them that make this their home. They're called prairie dogs. And they should be really fat and fluffy because a lot of them are pregnant. So they're going to be having their little babies.
You see them?
But just see them standing on top of their holes or just inside their holes, or sometimes scurrying from one hole to another.
Just look like a...
Anybody? What does it mean?
I'm not completely sure, but for what it sounds like something that is like, we need it so the environment works.
You are exactly right. Without these critters, this whole ecosystem would suffer. The food chain above and below the direction is much more efficient than going in a big circle. We're going to do this too up at the canyon. There's a Y up there as well. But all you're going to know is that we're doing a lot of starting and stopping. You won't actually feel the train turning around. And you don't see this system of tracks because it's camouflaged by all these trees and buildings up there. Let's leave it this guy at the RV park, right just past the street here. He comes out every day to wave at the train. I think it's the highlight of his day. He should be standing on the stairs there.
We like that better.
Well, they're probably not this close to the train.
Well, we are on the train, looking at old stuff, looking at mountains.
All right, coming up on the other side, we're going to see some old cars parked on a rail line.
Cool, look at all that.
And we'll purchase them for one of two reasons. One, we need parts. Now, there is not a car on this train that's newer than the 1950s, which means it is hard, if not impossible, to find parts for these old cars. So we'll purchase these cars with the intent of totally porting them out. But sometimes we'll purchase them because we want to renovate them and put them back into service. In fact, every car on this train today was once sitting over there looking kind of ratty and tatty like these. But we put a lot of work into them, making them look more unified and period appropriate.
Great.
And if we're going to do and that one back there is called the Colorado River. On the other side, they've redubbed it the Colorado Shiver. Because I hear it's our only haunted car. And nobody wants to work it, which is why it's sitting over there.
I want to
Anyway, if
work
we're going
it.
to do any renovating, inspections, or anything, that happens in a big shop, which is coming up. This shop is huge, 28,000 square feet. To get an
Another
idea of the
reason to
size
come
of that,
to
here,
Arizona.
put 4 of these cars and 3 engines in there all at the same time. That's a big building. It's the same building where we retrofitted our steam locomotive, not to run on coal,
Coming up, so you'll see
but
it.
on vegetable oil. And we collect our vegetable oil from our different restaurants and from the Frito-Lay manufacturer down in Phoenix. We nicknamed her the French Fry Express.
Oh, we're
She
black.
runs once a month throughout the summer, and then on some specialty days, here's that big building. And she takes 16,000 gallons of water to run it, that infrequently, which is why we don't run her more often. But we do try to capture as much water and snow melt as we can all around our property. And we have a big basin out here. That's one of the methods we use to capture our water and snow melt, and that helps to lessen our impact on the local water sources.
Whoa, look at all that.
Last year we captured enough just in this basin alone to run that steam locomotive, which is pretty awesome. Coming up, we're going to go through one of Arizona's longest tunnels. This is not an ordinary tunnel. If you can hold your breath the full length of the tunnel, then you get a wish. And don't look at me like you're too old for this, because you're not. Think of a good wish. Get your lungs ready. I'll let you know when to take that
Okay.
breath.
When we get to the tunnel, I'll show you.
Now. And we're done. There truly is one of Arizona's longest tunnels. Yeah, and you made it. Now I'm going to turn the intercom over to our conductor.
all
He's
this
got some
forest.
useful and important information for you, so pay close attention to that. Then I'm going to get back on briefly and tell you about the environment we're going to be riding through and how many animals to watch for on our journey today. Okay, so stay tuned for that.
And I'll pull up the window now so you can see it better. Now we are going a little faster. Looks like Steph has already been here. And I will get back to you guys when we are further into the train ride.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome
Wait a
aboard the
minute.
Grand Canyon Railway. As we depart the historic Williams Seaplane, the Grand Canyon Railway Hotel. For our 63-mile journey to the Grand Canyon, it is my pleasure to introduce the crew that will be serving you today.
Yep,
My name is
63
Bernie, I'm the
miles.
conductor. Our brakeman
Or
today is
something.
George. Up front, locomotive 239. Richard is our engineer today. Al's fireman. Our onboard passenger service supervisor today is Carl. And we do have some great musical entertainment on board for you folks today. There are several safety pointers that must be brought to your attention and complied with during today's trip. Smoking is not permitted anywhere on the train, not in restrooms, vestibules, or platform. No smoking on the train. Please keep the hallways, doorways, and vestibules clear at all times. And for their safety, we ask that an adult accompany children under the age of 12 when they are moving through the train. And if you are moving through the train, you must be wearing shoes. There is drinking water in a restroom located in each passenger car on today's train.
Okay, this is just a bunch of humble junk, so I'll get back to you when we're farther into this journey.
And the oldest one on record is 1,400 years old, which is pretty darn old for a tree. But there's one other thing that makes them special. Now the ones out here are pretty young, and I know that not just because their trunks are small, but their trunks are covered in black bark. And that black bark, ecologists call them blackjacks when they've got that black bark on them. But as they grow, the black bark begins to separate and reveal that reddish bark underneath that gives them that distinctive color. And that red bark is special because if you press your little nose against it and take a whiff, you're going to find that it smells like vanilla or butterscotch. So I expect to see everyone sniffing trees at one point or another today. If you lick the tree, guess what it tastes like? Tree. It does not taste like vanilla or butterscotch. Now, as we lower in elevation, which we're already
Okay,
starting
we're gonna
to do,
pause this.
you're gonna
I
start
do
to
not
see
want to
more
use
short,
everything else.
bushy-looking trees. Anyone know
Okay.
what these are? For a couple of centuries in the production of a type of alcohol, anyone know what that is? I said gin, raise your hand. Called a javelina. What's a javelina?
Hello, and we're back in Arizona.
Are you sure?
And that mountain up there,
If you look at the DNA
there is
of
a
the
big
javelina and compare it
road
to
up there.
no
And it goes up and down the mountain. Very dangerous. Very cool, but very distinct. And lots and lots of mountains.
Javelina get their name because when they get older, okay, they get these big sharp tips who have
Snow. There's snow.
These are the views.
And this is part
She wanted to offer people an opportunity to stand